So guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Stratton Top Farm, episode 26. So guys, as you can see here in front of us, we have our 5612. I've painted the front weight on the front in a massive Ferguson grey. Just matches the rest of the tractor. It's a nice implement to put on the front of the Massey, especially when it's hauling big loads. It doesn't need it now, but it's nice to keep it on it. Bit of weight on the front never hurts. We do have our took delivery of our new straw chopper, so hopefully I'll have a video on this week. It's not finished yet. A few little painting jobs to do on it, logos, and need to paint the PTO shaft. But other than that, it's absolutely perfect. As you can see, we're just loading up the JCB load all. We're just loading up the straw chopper as we're going to go bed some cattle. So yeah, it's a great piece of kit. Glad we bought it. And yeah, if you want to see the video on that, make sure you subscribe, and yeah, you'll be notified whenever I have a video on my models. So going a bit further, that's the JCB load all. We've our pet silage. We have a few things parked in the shed, Marshall 100 and the combine. So this week has been a bit colder. We had a bit of frost, a bit of snow. So here we have Tom's 3050. He's just there splitting logs with our log splitter on the back of our Nutfield 465, and he's chopping up some firewood for himself. There's some timber in the shed. Just cuts them up with a saw and Husqvarna saw, and then splits it with the splitter. It's good job. So we have our massive 616 parked her back in the shed in the main workshop, but she's parked up. She was loading some bales. So these are the bales that the Massey was loading up. A friend of ours was short of a bit of bales, so we sold him 10 bales. We brought 6 over to him yesterday, and we're bringing the last 4 over now on the back of the 200 and her vintage trailer. It's not a bale trailer, but it does the job. The bales fit in snug and doesn't have to be kind of ratchet strapped down around like that, so they're safe enough. Our dairy herd are happily enjoying a bit of silage from the pit, and they're obviously given concentrates as well to keep up their milk yield. But they're usually given that in the milking parlour itself. But yeah, they're happy enough. So out in the field here we have our sheep, or Tom's sheep I should say, and they're happy enough grazing the ground. We're going to move them to another field because it's getting a bit short of grass. We have a trough here set up so that in the day we give them 2 hand buckets of meal, and it kind of keeps them, especially in this cold weather, keep their energy levels up, keep them warm. Over here at the other yard we have our cement herd of cattle and bull. They're happily in there, and then we have our yearlings. They're happily grazing some silage. They're in split pins, and then they have 2 ring feeders on either side, so we feed them wrap silage but along with pit silage and concentrates, and then the troughs down to the end, so they're well ventilated and they're well happy, especially in this cold weather we've been having. Machinery shed is a bit full. We have our Arthur William trailer. We're not going to be using the Arthur William trailer for a long time, as all the cattle are in and livestock. We're not going to be moving any. We might use it with the sheep. We did send off a trailer to a friend of ours who's a fabricator, who's going to make a cattle trailer for us, for a big one to hold a few more cattle. Obviously with all the COVID and stuff, that might it's a bit delayed, but we'll hopefully have that in a few weeks. It's just short coming, especially with all this confusion and everything that's going on. We have our old dye feeder here. We have the 135 in the shed here. So I did say in the last episode of Stratton Top Farm that we kind of gave Tom the 135 since he gave us the JCB 3C. Well, in fact, we actually agreed on maybe a price, so he bought the JCB off him, and he's happy enough with that. So we still have the 135, but he is going to use it time to time when there's a small job he needs to do and he doesn't have to use the John Deere all the time. But yeah, she's just parked here in the shed. So guys, we're here at the out farm. As you can see here, we have a load of kit parked in the sheds and stuff. We have 1474 County, we have our Leyland 482, and then we have our JCB 3C. So that's the new addition, as we're going to be doing a bit of landscaping contracting, as we needed a digger. And then it was a nice surprise that our friend Tom bought one, and then we bought it off him for cheap enough money, as they're a good digger. We're going to have her out. We're going to use it when we're doing a little bit of muck spreading in the springtime. As we have the muck spreader here, we've been doing a bit of welding on the front PTO on this one, as it was in an accident a few months back. And then we have our Fleming muck spreader. So it'll be a great tractor, or great machine to load up the muck, and we'll hopefully use the JCB around the farm, but that will be in the near future. We also have our NC trailer here, good big dirt trailer dumper, and very, very sturdy. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Stratton Top Farm. If you haven't already, go hit subscribe guys. So I did miss last week's episode, but I have a bit of explaining to do. So I do apologise that I didn't have last week's video out. It's just with timing. I was working up to that Sunday, and when Sunday came, just time went. Obviously I need daylight, obviously, to film the videos, as I feel that if I just put it on my the room light at night, it might not seem as nice. I did try a few nights with obviously at night time. That only works if there are things that are happening in the sheds, but there's a lot of stuff that still happens outside. But anyway, so I did actually say I was going to end with a finale of Stratton Top Farm, but I have decided I will keep going with a few more episodes until at least we get to early spring. Now this might be sped up in the episodes. I do tend to kind of stick to whatever time of the year it is, as you probably know already, but I might speed it up a bit, and we'll do springtime, and that will kind of be a wrap. And then I'm going to continue on Stratton Top Farm until I have organised a table. So at this moment in time, this is kind of behind the scenes, the farm is on the ground. Now a few friends have suggested to me a table will be so much better. Then I could put down like gravel and stuff like that, because so much more realistic. There's a few different benefits, and this are benefits, and then there's advantages. So obviously when I have a table, the farm will be smaller. It'll be a new farm. It's going to be a bit smaller than this one, but we'll have as much machines as this one has, and I'm going to have a few fields as well, maybe one or two, and that'll be enough for me. And a nice yard, and it's all detailed, so then you wouldn't be able to see a floor, you'll be able to see some gravel, and it'll kind of bring you into more realistic sort of setting. So yeah, that's what's coming up in the future. I just need to get time to do it, as I've been flat out doing work in real life on the yard and stuff. I'll just give you a short clip of what we've been at. Timber. Another one down. So yeah guys, we've been very busy. Hopefully I'll have a video on that soon. But yeah, until next time guys, I've been busy working on models. I made the log splitter last week along with the straw chopper. Wanted to get finished for this episode too, so I'm happy that I did. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Have a lovely Sunday, and yeah, I'll see you.